What's going on YouTube? This is Tyler back again with another video, and today we have a special video for everyone. We are going to be going over the top 50 hottest players in all of sports. If you've been introduced to my hot list previously, I've usually gone through the top 10 or top 20. Today we're going to be taking a data-driven dive into the top 50. And the way this is going to be measured, it's going to be different than how I've done this historically. It's going to be measured based off of Terapeak data, and we're going to be looking at the highest gross sales in the past 30 days. So it's really, truly going to be a laser-focused view to see who and what players are getting the most money spent on their items in the past 30 days. So this is going to be a really interesting deep dive. We're even going to look at vintage players, we're going to look at modern players, we're going to look at recent retirees, Hall of Fame players, speculative players. This is going to be a great video. Before I jump into the video though, it takes a lot of time and research to do these videos, so I really do appreciate any comments, likes, any subscriptions, and sharing this content with others. It really does help get this content out. A lot of my best work has been coming out recently, as per some of the comments previously. So again, I like chatting with everyone, and I would really appreciate it if you all do me a solid and share this video. All right, so let's jump into it. Looking at number 50, we're gonna be jumping in with Jason Tatum. We're looking at the gross sales number here. So $588,000 in total sales, 7,000 items. So again, not somebody that you may have had on a radar for a short list for the top 50, but he just squeaks in. If we look at a couple of the items that have sold on here, so we see a Prism Orange Jason Tatum on here. We also see a Kaboom, one of the most overrated cards in my opinion. There's also going to be, impeccable autographed PSA 10s on here. So lots of really cool stuff. And again, this data isn't going to be perfect. It is going to be mined from eBay. So it is going to pull in some things that people have the product coded differently. So you may have Jason Tatum potentially coded in the description, but it may be for a different card. So that's going to be the case for everybody. But again, overall, this is a pretty solid view, and hopefully everybody here enjoys this. So if we go into number 49, we are looking at Peyton Manning. So Peyton Manning, even a retired quarterback, making the list. Arguably one of the top 5 greatest quarterbacks of all time. So $603,000, average price of $60 per, 10,000 items sold. Of course, some of the big ones are going to be his Peyton Manning's Contenders autograph. High grade examples are likely going to be going to auction houses. Also Bowman's Best Atomic Refractor, number to 100 PSA 10. That's a big card. But yes, Peyton Manning squeezing into the top 50. Next up, we have got Shaquille O'Neal. Yes, Shaq squeaking in, $611,000. Not really surprising, over 14,000 items have sold. One of the most collected players of the 90s for the basketball era. Lots of really cool stuff here, even some uncut sheets that have Shaquille O'Neal on it. Timeless treasures, have autographed jerseys on here. So again, it's not necessarily just going to be relegated to one specific type of card, but look at that Prism Black Autograph 101. It's a pretty cool card. Also PSA 10 Upper Deck Draft card. Man, that top edge right there, I wonder if that would actually get a PSA 10 these days. Anyway, beautiful stuff out here, really reminiscent. It takes me back to my childhood, whenever Shaq stuff was all the rage in the 90s, second to MJ maybe, before Kobe came on the scene. So cool to see Shaq cracking the top 50. So next up, we're going to be doing a throwback. For all the vintage fans, this is going to be different for something on this channel. It is Roberto Clemente. Yes, Roberto Clemente is in the top 50 in terms of the most money spent on a player. So he is in the top 50 hottest players in the hobby today. Of course, it's going to be his rookie card in high grade popping up at the top spot. So $20,000 PSA 7 sale, got around a $10,000 PSA 6 sale. Overall, 8,100 items sold, average price of $81 per card. So pretty cool seeing some vintage pop up on this list. Next up, we have got Ice Trey. So Trey Young. You can see there's some big sales that came in late July, early August, but then it's kind of trickling off a little bit. So Maybe Trey falls out of this list at some point. $693,000, 8,200 items for $84 average price. A lot of this stuff is going to be national treasures. There's some combo autographs with Steph Curry, so maybe Steph Curry's driving some of that value. There's also some rookies, some RPAs for Immaculate, pretty much everything on there. Fortunately, a lot of this stuff kind of blends together for me. All these RPAs are not true RPAs. Trey didn't even touch them, let alone wear them in a game, so I have no interest in really any of this type of stuff. Don't think it's going to hold value over the long haul, but Trae Young making the top of the list. Next up, we're going to be switching gears and going to the great one on the rink. So Wayne Gretzky coming in just shy of $700,000, $99 average price, 7,000 items sold. Of course, some of the big items are going to be his rookie card in high grade. So O-Pee-Chee, PSA 8.5, $31,000, PSA 8 at $15,000. What a significant difference in terms of price. PSA 8 versus 8.5 is almost a $16,000. It is a $16,000 difference. To me, that's just nutty. Just is complete goofy. Well, if you want to look at this PSA 8 comp, I mean, we're looking at a PSA 8 that was $13,000. So that sold right after that PSA 8. 8.5 for $31,000. Crazy stuff. There's also some the Cup autographed dual patches on here. So lots of cool stuff from the great one. Love seeing hockey crack this list. He may be the only hockey player on the list, unfortunately. Hopefully that changes over the next year or so. Next up, we're going to be switching gears to the field for football, for the Euros out there. It's real football. It's not soccer, it's football. All right, Messi. $723,000 in the past 30 days, over 10,900 items sold, $66 price. Again, there's not really a lot of Messi cards out there. Soccer cards really weren't that prevalent up until recently, but you can see despite that, a lot of things have sold recently. So really cool to see that. Of course, this Mega Cracks in high grade is going to be right up there at the top. Every version. I never really got into this type of stuff, but apparently other people have. It's also been extremely volatile as well. Of course, Kaboom is another card that is the favorite to be speculated on for a lot of these influencers out there. I'm not a big fan of this. Just not a card that I have any interest in getting into because to me it's just completely overrated. So, but other people like it, and if you like it, good for you. Next up on the list, we are going back to the old school category. This time in basketball, it's going to be Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson, $785,000, $88 average price. Just shy of 9,000 items have sold. Pretty steady stuff here too. So really looking at second year. Why are they calling it? This is garbage. Who actually listed this like this? Solo rookie, huh? This is Dunkadunko thinks this is his rookie card. The clever marketing did pay off. It got him $15,000 for a second year sale, whereas another one also sold for $15,000 basically a day after. But it's not his rookie card, it's a second year card, Dunkadunko. And his real rookie card looks like it's right here. So PSA 9 does have a flaw with it, so it's not going to be a very high price. It's more like a PSA 6, PSA 7. Yeah, so really cool stuff. It's really going to be the vintage stuff from Magic Johnson. Modern stuff isn't going to be what's moving. It's all going to be about the rookies. So good to see Magic Johnson cracking the top 50. Next up, we are going to be going to a speculative rookie, Cade Cunningham, $798,000, 6,200 items, average price $128, and looks like it's going to be dominated by national treasures. Again, not really a big fan of these types of products because there's really no significance to the card outside of it being an on-card autograph number to 99. The patch was not worn by Cade. It was not touched by Cade, let alone did it ever see an actual NBA game and have physical sweat in the jersey. So to me, these are the most overpriced, overrated cards out there in the marketplace today. Panini is just cashing checks left and right, knowing that they can just get a $50 jersey off the Walmart rack, cut it up, have Cade sign it, and then sell the card for $25,000. Just crazy. Crazy. So you'll likely see Cade fall off in a couple of months because National Treasures is still relatively new, so you can see the market is being dominated by Cade high-end National Treasure sales. So that may change over time, but as of now, he is cracking the top 50. Next up, we are going back old school. This time it's going to be Birdman, Larry Bird, if I can actually type this in correctly. 801,000, so just nudging out Magic Johnson. And you can see his second year PSA 10 is really, really doing well. So almost $24,000 on that sale, which is crazy. That card used to not be anywhere near that. I remember Raw and Becca, that card was like a $30 card. Now PSA 10s are 24 grand. Of course, there's also going to be some MJ autographs up here with Larry Bird. It's going to be carrying him. Not a lot of interest in most modern, unless it's going to be exquisite or some other high-end upper deck release. But really cool to see Larry Legend in the top 50. Next up, and this is going to be one that if you pick the wrong players, you can lose a lot of money. These guys are getting speculated so hard right now. Oh my gosh. Jalen Hurts. $813,000 has been poured into Jalen Hurts on eBay. Over 14,000 items sold, 56 bucks. And it's been pretty steady, and it's seemed to be picking up maybe a slight upward trend here. Just absolutely crazy. Now, some of this, there's a case of rookies there. I get that. Cracked Ice, PSA 10 dual autograph, 14,000. What are we looking at? Flawless dual autograph patch, over, 8,000. Whew, got another one ungraded. That one's right around 3,600. This is what you call 100% gambling. The hobby used to not be this bad. You would gamble, but the gamble wouldn't be like this. I don't know what these people are smoking. This guy is not doing anything in the division this year. Did you see that Eagles team last year? Did you see him in the playoffs? Whew, whew. Good luck, guys. Good luck. Good luck. That's all I gotta say. All right, coming up next, we are cracking into the top 40, at least in the 30s now. So coming in at number 39, Aaron Rodgers, A-Rod, 17,000 items sold. That is pretty significant. Average price around 50 bucks. So he has a lot of cards that are selling, but it's a lot of the low-end type stuff. You can see SP Authentic Autograph Patch Rookie. That's one of his better cards out there for sure. His Contenders Autograph. Not really a fan of this year. It's got a sticker, and it's a Band-Aid sticker with a shiny Band-Aid. That was kind of a bad year. That was a bad year for a lot of the manufacturers, as these Band-Aid stickers were all the rage. Now they've migrated over to at least the clear sticker, so it doesn't look as bad. I actually didn't mind these. I actually kind of like the refractory finish a little bit, but it was an eyesore seeing it on every single card. But of course, a lot of this is going to be dominated by high-end Aaron Rodgers stuff. These Topps Chromes, impossible to find these guys. Centered this nicely to be a PSA 10. So really cool. Again, speculation coming into preseason for the football year. Again, Packers don't really have a lot of receivers. Aaron Rodgers is throwing them under the bus. Good luck. I don't know what's going to happen with him. Whether or not he gets another MVP, who knows? If he does, without Devontae Adams, man, clutch. All right, coming up next. It's so funny. These guys are all bundled together. Aaron Rodgers is kind of hated. People don't like him. Well, Kevin Durant's kind of the same way. And not really sure what's going on here. 300, what is that? Average price is $333. So there's got to be a big sale that happened, and it looks like it was a PSA 10 exquisite. And I'm sure this jersey this patch has just been manipulated with. I'm sure it's molested. Check out the resources for all that type of stuff. Went through prop scene. More than likely, it's definitely manipulated. What else we have here? LeBron James card on here is populating in. So lots of shady stuff going on in Kevin Durant market. I highly doubt that it's probably going to be as big of a market right now. So again, he's talking about getting trades or getting traded. Nets were a disaster this last year. His market has definitely fallen over the past year. But again, right now he's in the top 40, so 857,000, 12,000 items sold, average price 70 bucks. All right, next up, we are going to migrate out to vintage again, and we have Jackie Robinson, $866,000, less than 7,000 items sold. $124 price, big stuff. course, 1948 Leaf, one of the most iconic cards out there. SGC 5 right at 18,400. PSA 4 coming in at 13,500. SGC 3.5 right around 10,000. So you can see a lot of it's low grade. High grade stuff's going to be going off to the big auction houses. Still really cool to see a lot of that type of stuff. I really miss that they had jerseys and bats and patches and autograph cuts. You know, of course they don't do that stuff anymore because there's only so much of it to go around. But man, what a great era it was to be in that early 2000s era when you could really get your hands on that type of stuff in Upper Deck products at an affordable price. Nowadays, we have to deal with fake manufactured prices or manufactured patches at about 10 to 20x the price. So you can see why a lot of people like me who have been in the hobby for a long time are extremely frustrated when we see what's being pumped out today. I know I get a lot of criticism where people will be like, Tyler, you're not positive. Well, I gotta call crap, you know. Got to call it out and not just pump it up. And a lot of people out there are just pumping stuff up. Getting on a soapbox, got to get off of it. All right, migrating on. Number 36, Anthony Edwards. Anthony Edwards, $877,000, pretty steady stuff. Less than 9,000 sold for less than about $100 per. Donruss Optic 101 PSA. Man, came back a PSA 8. How's a 101 going to come back a PSA 8? Do we have bad quality or is PSA just knocking everything? Gem 10 Immaculate Autograph Patch. That's a recent serial number 2, so that's got to be a really, really clean card. Sold for $10,000. It's probably a pretty solid deal compared to some of the other stuff out there. Got a Zebra Fast Break for right around $10,000. A lot of money going into Anthony Edwards. He played very well in the playoffs. I can see him having good speculation going into the preseason. So I would imagine that this is going to stay here, if not climb, as we move forward. Next up. Whew, man, this one right here, guys. This one right here. Tua Tagovailoa, $898,000. Yes, they got Jalen Waddle. Yes, they just got Tyreek Hill. They gave up the farm for him, so no draft picks for them. But he's got a duck arm or a dolphin arm. So good luck getting it to him. And, like, you're going to compete with the Buffalo Bills and the New England Patriots. So good luck. It's Tua. All right, man. Somebody spent $22,000 on a Tua card. Again, this is just stupid gambling. Like, good luck, dude. Good luck. Look at this video in 5 years. Like, go back to this spot where I say August 9th, whoever did that, you're dumb. Dumb. Dumb, dumb, dumb. I'll eat crow. I usually don't do this. I usually don't just throw this stuff out here. But this is getting stupid. The speculation with NFL quarterbacks is just getting stupid. It is getting almost just as bad as basketball because people are trying to find the next Patrick Mahomes. Well, guess what, guys? I found him. I found him in 2017, or 2018, actually, whenever we started playing. Found him in 2018. Sorry, not everybody else can be Patrick Mahomes. They just can't. Let's see what Tua can do with Tyreek Hill. See if he can win a dang Super Bowl and an MVP. Probably not going to happen. All right, next up, we have got, let me see, we're getting a lot of really hairy stuff on here. Hank Aaron, vintage, going back to the old days, true and tried, looking at some of his rookie cards, the 1954 SGC 7, beautiful card right there, $15,699. Got a PSA 8.5, so the 8.5 actually sold less than the SGC. This is one of the first times I've actually seen this. And yeah, that's a huge difference. So a better card. The SGC 7 apparently has good centering, but wow, that's a huge difference. Those sold again in the last month. So PSA 5.5, 8,400. Whoever sold this 8.5, you got to be pissed off right now because that's not even a big separation between the 5.5. Woof, woof, tough. 4.5 sold for $6,100. So, of course, a lot of the stuff is going to be high-grade vintage, specifically rookies. 12,000 items, $74. So it does show there's going to be some low-end stuff in there, but it's going to be dominated at the high end by rookie cards. All right, next up. This is a guy who's really struggled of the big players in baseball, in my opinion, this is definitely going to be one who has struggled a little bit, and I may have these a little bit out of order, so there may have been some jumps that have happened over the past 30 minutes since I actually pulled this data, so it looks like that might be the case. But we're looking at Ronald Acuna Jr. He is coming in at number 33. Just cracked the 1 million mark. You can see a lot of this stuff is going to be 2017 Bowman Chrome. This is the gold shimmer. Beckett 9.5. I actually had one of these cards. I graded as a PSA 10 back in the day. That's an orange shimmer. I apologize. So this is the gold shimmer. Had one of these graded as a PSA 10 back in the day. Whew, great flip. Didn't flip it for that much. I got it whenever it came out because it was early. Also, these white jersey with bats. If you guys go back in my channel, I've graded 2 of these PSA 10, maybe 3. One of the better flips that I had in 2019. I was very early on that card as well. And then Bowman Chrome Blue Refractor. So lots of really good stuff. Again, Ronald Acuna Jr. is not playing that well, in my opinion. OPS less than 800. He was hurt. And the feud with Freddie Freeman, they didn't get along, probably because Ronald Acuna Jr. is prone to not hustling. He's got the swag, he's got the chain, but he doesn't really live up to it. Like King Griffey Jr. had the swag and, the backwards hat, but he was cool. Ronald Acuna Jr., to me, just isn't cool. A lot of people like to hype him and apologize if he's your guy, but I'm just not a big fan of him. But, it is what it is. Next up, we're going vintage again, and again, I apologize. We leapfrogged a couple of people, so we're just swap Ronald Acuna Jr. and Nolan Ryan here. But Nolan Ryan's market, unbelievable. It just shows how many people collect him. 21,000 items sold, $45. So a lot of collectors of Nolan Ryan. That's just shocking to me that he is still in that much demand, and it may just be a lot of people are trying to complete different sets out there. It may not be that people are collecting him, but they could be going after, let's say, a 1980 top set where this is a PSA 10, $10,000. 1968 rookie PSA 8, $7,600. 1978 PSA 9, and that's a recent sub too. Beautiful card, $5,600. Looking at another recent sub for a rookie, it's a PSA 9 OC off-centered. So a lot of vintage stuff, a lot of high-grade vintage stuff. Could be people just trying to complete sets, etc. Still pretty cool to see. All right, next up, let's get my light over here a little bit and maybe bring me a little closer too. What do you think? There we go. Just get that light brightened up a little bit more. All right, so we are looking at some more young guys. So coming in at number 31, Wander Franco, 1.022 million, and this is decreasing by the day. Him being hurt, I'm sure that he was higher up on this list. We've got gold refractors with damage for 11,000. We've got red ink heritage on-card autograph redemptions, 5,500. Boy, that's going to look like a very, very bad purchase. In my opinion, not really a whole lot going there. Yep, just Wander Franco market is kind of going down right now just because he's been hurt and he just hasn't really been on the field to capitalize on the attention. So, next up, we're going to be going to number 30, and it looks like we are going back vintage. Willie Mays, $1.111 million, over 10,000 items, $105 per item. 1951 Bowman Willie Mays PSA 5 rookie, $16,000. You go to 1952, got a PSA 5 for $12,000. So it's vintage all the way. Of course, high-grade vintage stuff's not showing up on eBay anymore. I'm sure eBay's pissed off about that. They want to keep all those fees, but unfortunately, those have gone to the auction houses like PWCC and Golden, etc. Next up, we are sticking with vintage, believe it or not, and we're going Bill Russell, R.I.P. Wild Bill. You're a legend, lots of rings, lots of accolades, $1.120 million. So there could be a little bit of a Bill Russell spike just due to the tragic news of his passing. Just shy of 7,000 items sold, $163 per item. If we look at his rookie, 57 Topps rookie PSA 6 is a near $20,000 card. I believe these sales are coming right around the time of his passing. So got a couple PSA sales here, PSA 5, 15,000, etc. So Yeah, and then of course 1961 Fleer, one of the most iconic sets ever for basketball. PSA 9, 14,600. So, yep, vintage is still alive and well, and it's doing very well. Still something that I don't really want to tap into because it's impossible for me to tell whether or not a card has been doctored or trimmed. There's so many of those sitting in older slabs out there. I don't want to be taken advantage of by somebody else who has doctored a card and make them wealthy for the crimes they've committed. So I stay away from all that stuff. So I know there's a lot of money out there in vintage, and if you have money in vintage, you may not like what I have to say. I just don't tap into that type of stuff because, again, there's too much shadiness taking place in that marketplace. All right, next up, and again, there's going to be some maneuvers here just in the depending on whenever I look at this. I looked at it 30 minutes ago, 2 days ago, etc. Fernando Tatis Jr. continues to go down. So he's coming in at number 28. You can knock him up to 29.30 because he's actually below some of these other guys now. But 1.115 million, over 30,000 items, $36. This goes to show you he is part of the junk era, the new ultra-modern junk era. Fernando Tatis Jr. He was one of the most hyped players out there, and now, guys, a lot of people are going to be dumping his cards, so we might actually see more Fernando Tatis Jr. stuff where it makes it look like there is a lot of interest, but it could just be people getting out from under Fernando Tatis Jr. stuff. So we've got blue refractors on here, $11,000. We've got sapphire green autograph PSA 10s, $10,000. Man, boy, have the mighty fallen. Of course, we've got Ohtani in here bumping up his numbers a little bit because that's listed incorrectly. PSA 10 Bowman Chromes now, right around 4,000. But of course, I believe that may be before that news. I can't remember exactly when that news broke. Whew, that's going to be one to really follow as we progress throughout the year. Next up, switching up to basketball. This is a guy who continues to climb and climb slow and steady. Giannis Antetokounmpo, $1.183 million, just shy of 20,000 items, $62 per. Some of his better cards that are popping up on eBay. Giannis Antetokounmpo Prism. This is the silver prism, the prism. Whenever they actually called the prisms prism. Of course, that's going to muck with eBay sales data, so eventually they changed this to go from Panini Prism to Panini Prism Silver. Wow, very clever. Not only was it clever to come up with that name, it was clever to steal technology that you didn't develop. Interesting. I love it now how there will be a Topps Chrome refractor and somebody will say Topps Chrome Silver Prism. I'm like, do you know who created who? Just weird stuff. Lots of other cool stuff on here for Giannis. Precious metal gems, near mint 8. A lot of Prism stuff on here. That's what's going to be dominating. And of course, Prism back in the day was decent. It was a junk card. Just we couldn't give them away. But now it's compared to today, it's actually a pretty solid card. Gold Standard, one of my favorite cards on here. Almost has a full on-card autograph, like different signature than what he does now, and even what he did back then. On card with a jersey. Can't remember if this is game used or not, but this is back in the day when they did have jerseys on there. Why they have Nikola Jokic pulling in again. Just weird stuff. But again, it's going to be Prism dominating most of this stuff with some other stuff mixed in. All right. Next up, we have got, going back to the vintage side of things, guys, Wilt Chamberlain, $1.19 million. And of course, a Messi Mega Cracks is dominating the top, which is kind of weird. But we do have his rookie card PSA. What is that? 6.5? Yep. Oh, just shy of 10,000. 69 Topps Tall Boys on there, 8,500. So lots of vintage stuff. Don't really see a lot of his autographs. Again, he didn't have a whole lot of autographs. He had some in Upper Deck. They're extremely iconic. The Retro Incredibles is one that sticks to mind. Upper Deck Century Legends is another one that is, those are two of his more popular on-card autographs. Michael Jordan was also in both of those sets, so I know a lot of collectors out there who are high-end have both of those. Next up, we are in the top half of this now, guys. Number 25, Juan Soto, $1.286 million. Probably got a little bit of a bump going to San Diego. Just shy of 30,000 items. Again, kind of like Fernando Tatis Jr. Junk era, $48 per card. Of course, it's going to be Bowman Chrome stuff. So we've got some green autograph back at 9.5. Yeah, I graded that card back in the day. And not that exact card, but the green's number to 99. Graded all kinds of Juan Soto stuff like this back in the day. Beckett 9.5s. I had a Beckett 10 that I graded. I had a orange shimmer and a red shimmer, I believe, that I graded as well. Whew. Makes me sick just looking at some of the prices that these things are coming out now. Also graded one of these. Very well could be the one that I did grade. Man, graded a lot of this stuff. Do well flipping, but sometimes I don't time the market all that well because I like to move inventory. Keep it going. Keep it going, baby. I don't invest. I keep it rolling. So it's going to be mainly Bowman Chrome stuff for Juan Soto. Next up, we have got Fat Boy himself. He's so fat with a P, that is. Zion Williamson, $1.291 million, dominated by this blue ice Panini Prism PSA 10 that sold for $13,000. That is super, super low compared to what these things were going for. Also have an immaculate patch. Also PSA 9. That's a strong sale, $13,000. Jeez, I never would have paid that. His Kaboom SGC 10, $12,000. This is stupid, dude. I don't even want to look at this stuff anymore. That is so stupid. So stupid. Get me out of here. All right, next up, we are going back to baseball. Speculative people here. J-Rod. J-Rod has officially leapfrogged Wander Franco by a pretty considerable margin. We're talking about 1 million versus 1.347, so about a 30% difference in total dollars spent towards one player versus the other. Just shy of 20,000 total items sold, $72 per card. Pretty steady. It's going to be probably higher here in July. He may be fizzling off a little bit in August. Of course, this is going to be dominated by some of this high-end chrome stuff. Gold Shimmer PSA 10, just shy of 10,000. Also a Speckle Beckett 10 Pristine, right around 5,500. So his market is very strong. It's probably going to get stronger as more rookie logo stuff comes out, and we see that volume number go up to somewhere where Fernando Tatis Jr.'s is, somewhere where Juan Soto's is, because again, he's part of this era as well. Next up, we are rolling along. This is going to be a curveball for you guys. I don't deal much with Pokemon, but I gotta throw this stuff in here. I don't even know what this crap is, but apparently there's some stuff in here called Eevee. I don't know what Eevee is. Is Eevee even a Pokemon? Eevee is a Pokemon. I apologize. I don't even know why I'm doing this, but Eevee is definitely in demand. Oh, people are paying $1.3 million for Eevee. I don't get it. Don't get it. We're moving on. Keep it rolling. How you doing? Keep it moving. All right, Derek Jeter, $1.415 million. Lots of cards sold on here. Of course, it's got a collector base. A lot of people going after the registry. A lot of people just being collectors. $55. That's crazy. Juan Soto, 26,000 items sold. Derek Jeter, 25,000 items sold. Derek Jeter has, 30 years worth of cards. Juan Soto just has like 4 or 5 years. Absolutely insane. Average price $55. Look at some of the big items on here. Old school Fleer, man. I loved old school Fleer. This is a Fleer Ultra Autograph on card 202. I don't know what exactly set that is from. Jeter Ichiro dual patch, awesome. Logo Man autograph, 10,000. That's actually a really good price. But just looking at what logo men's go for, bat barrels, they don't do these anymore. Why do they not do these? I don't understand. These used to be all the rage back in the day. Got the bat barrel autograph. Man, those are so good. I guess they do those. Those in 2022 Top Sterling, so they just may not be as prevalent as what they used to be. That cosigner card right here, dual autograph on card, cosigners, red. I don't know if it's red, but it's the one that's the 1 of 1. Then, of course, we've got some high-grade PSA 9 SP foils, the card that notoriously PSA has no consistency in terms of how it grades. I don't really know how they grade these cards. I stay away from it. I've never submitted one for grading because I've heard the horror stories about how they grade this card and what they look for. Just going to leave it at that. Next up, we have got Luka Doncic, $1.473 million. He's in the top 20. This one's a little bit of a surprise for me. I would have thought that there would be more to this market. Just shy of 10,000 items sold, $140 per card. Could be the lull of the off season, but again, there's going to be some other guys on here who are a little bit higher than him. If we look at some of the cool stuff that's sold, we got a 2022 Logo Man, $20,000. Also got this card. This may very well be the card that I graded. There's only 25, 30, 35 of these out there. I've graded one of these as a PSA 10. Looks very similar to my serial number, not sure. But that's a $15,000 card. Luka Blue Prism SGC 10. Man, I want to say that was like $60,000 in a PSA 10 back in the day. That's $11,000 in July 26, 2022. I want to say 60,000 was the figure. I could be off on that, but either way, it's a huge fall from grace. If we look at the PSA 9 versus the SGC 10, we're looking at SGC 10 as a $11,000 card, a PSA 9 is a $10,500 card, just 2 week separation, or less than 2 week separation. And you guys wonder why SGC is not getting a lot of big cards unless it's vintage. That right there is the reason, guys. Nobody is paying a lot of money for SGC 10s, especially when it comes to iconic cards, let alone low-end, ultra-modern cards. Autograph patch impeccable. Jersey, Beckett 9.5, $10,000. I love this. Exquisite. Of course, it's not licensed, but it's Upper Deck, man. Upper Deck, take my money. Take it. Take it. Just take my money, dude. I don't care if you spit out stuff with Michael Jordan just in his Hanes underwear. It's going to be better than anything that they make that Topps and Panini are putting out. I love Upper Deck. I wish you all did too. We'd be better off if everyone loved Upper Deck. All right, Luka Doncic was number 20. Coming in next, I love this, in the top 20. Baby, we are going to the 90s cat backwards home run pose, one of the most beautiful swings in all of baseball. The thing that is sexy about this is not only is it over 1.5 million, we're talking about 35,000 items that have sold. Average price $44, so relatively low, but that just shows how many people collect Ken Griffey Jr. They are not flipping him, they are collecting him. And boy, he was the Michael Jordan light of baseball in the 90s. For all you youngsters out there who don't watch the channel, because nobody young watches the channel, they're out watching Gary V or Sasha. Skybox, Molten Metal, Ken Griffey Jr., Fusion Titanium, number to 50. This is an 8.5 from SGC, sold for $15,600. Crazy. Got an autograph Upper Deck Ovation. Man, I love these early autographs from Upper Deck. 1997 is when the Upper Deck jerseys started. 1998, I believe, is when they started the on-card autograph jerseys. Then every other Upper Deck spinoff, Upper Deck Evolve, Upper Deck Ovation, SP Game Used Bat Edition. Every single one had some type of on-card autograph to Ken Griffey Jr. Some of them numbered to 24, some of them not. Love these. These cards were unbelievable back in the day. These are centerpiece collections for Ken Griffey Jr. by far. $13,000. Man, great cards. Love, love, love them. Then there's going to be some of his era cards, of course, some of his rookies. The Mickey Mantle, Ken Griffey Jr. This card is so underrated. It's an on-card. I know there's a lot of them out there, but it's an on-card autograph of the Mick and Griffey. And Mantle died in 1995. Like, they signed this right in Griffey's peak, and we had Mickey Mantle sign it too. Like, I have no idea how this card is not more valuable than what it is. Same thing with the Peyton Manning, Dan Marino co-signers. I know Peyton Manning isn't widely considered the greatest player of all time, but that card used to be unbelievably hot, and now it's just kind of like, meh. It's not a national treasure. It's not an RPA. Ew. I'm like, dude, you kids today have no idea what is good in this hobby. Sorry. Getting on a soapbox. Next up, number 18, Job Marant, $1.748 million. That's what I'm saying. I'm surprised that he is a little bit higher than Luka Doncic. 23,000 items sold, so it is a little bit more than Luka. He is 1 year ahead of Luka, meaning there's more junk out there that Panini produced, because 2018 is when things really ramped up, and then 2019 they ramped it up 10x. $73 per card. You can see a slight downward trend here. Looks like some of the stuff that we're looking at, Contenders rookie on-card autograph. That's a white box 101, looks like. PSA 10 Blue Prism, 10,000. Compare and contrast that to the Luka Blue Prism PSA 9 that sold for $10,500, same time frame. Here's another PSA 10. So a lot of people are moving some Job Marants. He played really strong in the playoffs. He was pounding the Warriors and giving them all they can handle. Pretty much as a one-man show. Of course, they had some other guys on there. It's not just him, because they actually beat the Warriors, I believe, without Ja for a game or two, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going off memory here, so don't hold me to that. Yep, lots of stuff on here. Yeah, Job Marant market is going to be pretty hot going into the NBA season because he finished on a high note. All right, next up, we have got my favorite guy in baseball right now, Shohei Ohtani. Looks like a Nacho Libre voice. Shohei Ohtani, $2.216 million. Look at all the volume that is sold. This shows there are a lot of collectors for Shohei. Yes, 2018, we've gone through Juan Soto, we've gone through Ronald Acuna Jr., we've gone through Fernando Tatis Jr. Look at the amount of items that have sold. It's not just the high-end stuff. People are actually collecting Shohei. So we got a sapphire orange autograph on-card Beckett 10 sold for $17,000. Blue refractor, this is the batting stance, sold for $11,000. Got another one just shy of $10,000. I have the orange refractor of this still. I did not sell it whenever it was $140,000. Maybe I should have done that. Maybe I shouldn't have. We'll see. It could be worth $2 million one day. And of course, that's pulling in Juan Soto for whatever reason. Yeah, dude, love Ohtani. I love seeing that there is a lot of volume here. That's something to really take into consideration if you're trying to potentially find players that there is a big draw towards. Clearly, Ohtani has a huge demand in the market. And it's funny, whenever I looked at these numbers up, he was ahead of Mike Trout in my search query, but Mike Trout just leapfrogged him today. So whenever I look up Mike Trout, he is $2.127 million, so just a tick above Ohtani from where he was. It's kind of crazy. These guys are neck and neck. Their collector marketplace is just crazy. And the crazy thing is a lot of people are selling Mike Trout Chrome stuff. And once they heard the news about the back, there's a lot of this stuff that hit the market. Chrome autograph refractor PSA 10, $30,000. Beckett 9.5, X-Fractor 18,000, Refractor Beckett 9.5, 16,500. So look at that. 5 days apart, the PSA 10 sells for almost double. That to me does not need to happen. And the crazy thing is that Beckett, if you tried to cross that over, PSA would not cross that card over. It's just too much money to gain, too much risk for them to crack it out. So it's an automatic no. I can just guarantee you. So see, a lot of the prices are dominated by 2011 update stuff and his 2009 Bowman Chrome. There's also some really cool stuff on here. I think I saw some autographs. His only on-card autograph as a rookie, 2011 Finest. This is one of the most underrated Trouts out there. 5,200 is a steal to me. Great card. All right, I'm glad to see him back, too. He hit a home run the other day, one of his days back, so that's a great thing. All right, next up. I actually don't know who is in our top list. I got to look on here and see. We have got the top 15, guys. Top 15. And all you Buffalo Bills fans out there in Bills Mafia and out there in, it's not Rochester, New York. It's Buffalo, New York. It's close to Rochester. And upstate New York, $2.36 million, 22,000 items sold. A lot of interest. A lot of interest in Josh Allen, $105 price, average price. Looking at True Select Black, that's a Beckett 9, sold for $69,500. Huge sale there. Got his Contenders Optic Gold Prism autograph, $16,000. Then also autograph purple PSA 10 from Contenders Optic, $14,500. So you can see a lot of money is getting sunk into Josh Allen, which is just crazy to me. Man, there is a lot of sales on here. This is crazy. This card right here is almost selling better than Patrick Mahomes' card, which, oh, it's just so stupid. Just doesn't make any sense to me. But a lot of Bills fans out there, a lot of Josh Allen fans. He hasn't won an MVP, hasn't won a Super Bowl, hasn't gone past the AFC Championship game. I don't know. I don't get it. Next up, Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge, $2.417 million. He's on pace for 62. You can see an uptick here. He had a huge home run binge after the All-Star break. Again, look at the collectors flocking to this. It's Aaron Judge and Shohei Ohtani dominating the marketplace in baseball. 46,000 items, $52 price. Looking at some of the big items here. Bowman Chrome Black, autograph number 35, Beckett 9.5, 15,000. The co-signers we talked about previously, Beckett Blue Wave autograph number 50, 67,000 or 6,700. Just the true chrome refractor PSA 10 autograph that sold for 67.50. This is back in the day whenever Bowman, aka Topps, knew how to print cards. They did not have roller marks or refractor lines. Basically, up until this time, like they just did not exist. And now Topps, you suck at printing cards. Get back to whenever we had stuff like this so that we can see a lot more sales like this, because now it's impossible to get refractors to gem, because every true refractor, it seems, does have surface marks. All right, Topps Chrome X-Fractor autograph numbered to 20. I love these back in the day. Numbered to 20, such a rare card, $6,000. So lots of cool stuff here. True red refractor from Bowman Chrome, his true Bowman Chrome rookie. This is the red refractor PSA 10, just sold for a little over $5,000. So yeah, his market is strong. I'm so glad that the Yankees have a homegrown talent who is actually doing well. His hype is going to be sky high going into 2023. So right now, in my opinion, it's a great time to buy them. Again, I don't give investing advice, but it is somebody I'm targeting. All right, next up, we have got the man, the myth, the legend, Patty Cakes Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes, $2.51 million, 38,000 items sold. Huge, huge, huge demand. $65 per card. You can see some of the big ones on here. PSA 10 contenders, right around 30,000. Also have a flawless dual patches, a 1/1 Beckett 9. Game worn is apparently what it's saying. Not sure if it is. 25,000. We've got a rookie Prisms camo, sold for 17,000. That's a pretty crazy sale. And then we've also got a red contenders that sold for, what was that? 14,500. So lots of really good stuff. It's going to be high on autographs from Patrick Mahomes on here, left and right. All right, next up, guys, we have got, back to basketball, Steph Curry, $2.6 million, and there's some big ones on here. This is stupid, dude. A Kaboom Green 1/1 sold for $115,000. It's just stupid. All right, flawless Steph Curry 1/1 logo. Doesn't even have a picture on his face. Oh, it's just diamonds. Wait, what is this? 25,000? Okay, whatever. All right, 1/1 autograph patch. It's a sticker. Great job in a National Treasures product. Good job, Papini. You suck. Topps Chrome Refractor, Beckett 9, 17,300. That's an awesome card. Yes, it doesn't have him in a jersey, but it does have a logo here. Topps had to release their product quickly before the season started because they were losing their license almost effective immediately. So them and Upper Deck had to just shove out product as quickly as they could. That's why it was Topps with Topps Chrome in the product. The last Topps Chrome product ever up until now. Fanatics hopefully releasing it, and hopefully Topps can fix their printers for their introductory product back into basketball, because it will be big and they need to make sure it does not stink. All right, next up, man, we are going back to vintage in a big way. Mickey Mantle, $2.647 million. Of course, the big card on here is going to be this one right here, the one that is setting records left and right, depending on what grade you get and who you grade it with. So the SGC 9.5 just set the record, or will set the record. I never followed up with the sale. 1952, Topps Mickey Mantle, 1.5, sold for $45,000. PSA 1 is 30,000. I remember a couple years ago, these cards in PSA 1 condition, you get them in 5,000. PSA 2s were around 10,000. Not so much. I'm surprised this one hasn't taken off yet. Oh, it's a 52 Bowman. Where's the 51 Bowman at? May not. Oh, it was 51 Bowman. Sorry, I don't know why I said that. All right, 50. I thought that said 52. It's 51. Yeah, that one to me is an underrated one. To me, it's always been an underrated one, but I don't know vintage, so maybe it's not underrated. I don't know. All right, next up, we are cracking the top 10. It's going to be a speculative rookie. Mack Jones, $3.5 million. 51,000 items have sold in the past month. $68 average price. Of course, it's going to be dominated by some National Treasures stuff. that in my opinion, you know my opinion on that, don't need to repeat it. We got some Eminence on here. We also have some of these crazy rookies like the Downtown Gold, $9,000. It's just crazy. Contenders Optic, these cards are so beat up, surfaces horrible, edges, corners really, really bad, horrible grades. That's why you're not seeing a lot of high grade stuff come out of this product. Same thing with National Treasures. All this high-end stuff is not coming out well. Look at the Midnight card here. Got some issues. It is black, so it's going to be very difficult to find clean edges and corners. But again, these high-end products that they're releasing, not good. Now, the reason why Mack Jones is thrown up here is, again, it's before the season, so a lot of people buying into Mack Jones, but also a lot of high-end releases are releasing at the same time. We've had Flawless, we've had National Treasures, we've had Contenders Optic. Contenders was a long time ago, but all this stuff is flooding the market. So if you want high-end Mack Jones, it's all over the place. The bad thing is it's not gradable, unfortunately. Now we got Donruss Optic out, we have Prism out, so lots of crazy stuff out there. Next up, number 9, Smoking Joe Burrow, $3.5 million. 48,000 items. You all can see that preseason football fever is back. $73 per card. You can see some of this is cases, but we got a big card here. National Treasures Dual stickers, guys. What are we doing here? Stickers? Really? And this card, stickers, sold for $20,000. All right, cool. I get it for Prism, but National Treasures, I don't get it. Color Blast on here. Color Blast. I actually like that answer. It's pretty good. 14,000. That's one of my favorites, actually. It's very creative, in my opinion. Kabooms, though. That's what I think about that. All right, enough of that. I'm tired of looking at these ultra modern cards. Next up, got to look at it some more, though, because we are going back into the AFC West. Someone who is not going to be the division winner. It's called Justin Herbert, because guess what? He's got Patrick Mahomes there, and he's got Russell Wilson there, and he's got Derek Carr with Devontae Adams. So why these people are paying $3.588 million, 37,000 items sold, $95 average price, because they're speculating on somebody who has never made the playoffs, let alone won a playoff game. Well, he does look good, and I will say that the reason why the Chargers have not won or made it to the playoffs, it really hasn't been because of Justin Herbert. So they may be somewhat more formidable this year, but again, good luck, dude. The division is stacked. And all this money that's getting spent on here, we're talking about Patrick Mahomes money going into these quarterbacks, and they have not done, like, Patrick Mahomes is undervalued now, in my opinion, compared to these guys. So all the people out there saying that Patrick Mahomes is overvalued, really, overvalued compared to these guys. Compared to this. Really. Okay. Now, yes, there's upside here, but is he winning Super Bowls? Not winning Super Bowls. It's just, man. I got a different take than everybody else out there, because at the end of the NFL season, there's only going to be 1 to 2 quarterbacks that keep going up. A lot of these guys, Herbert, Burrow, Mack Jones, all these guys, somebody's going to come back down to earth, and somebody else is going to keep rising. Patrick Mahomes has already kind of come back down to earth a little bit, and he has less production out there compared to these other guys. All right, next up, coming in at number 7. I'm sorry, I got to do it to you guys. I don't even know anything about this. $3.652 million for a Pikachu. Who? I don't know. I have no idea. No clue. No clue. Catch me if you can. Pikachu, gotta catch 'em all. Yep, don't get it. Don't get it. Next up, we're just going to go back to sports. Trevor Lawrence, $3.926 million. 57,000 items have sold. Wow. $68 per card. Pretty steady, if not an uptick here. Wow. Trevor Lawrence, 101 National Treasures laundry tag. Came back at PSA 8. Sold for $40,000. A Beckett 9.5 National Treasures, $35,000. 1 of 1. That's a Trey Lance booklet. Yeah. Yeah, this is just crazy, man. This is crazy. There's a lot of Trey Lance stuff in here. Actually, that's one player I did not look at on here. And wow, oh my gosh, dude, we're going to adjust everybody here. Trey Lance, I forgot to look at Trey Lance, and Trey Lance is at $3.948 Wow, $3.948 million. So look at all the money that is going into him. Wow, so Trey Lance is actually number 6. Everybody else just got knocked down. So I'm going to squeeze this in. It's going to be a 6A, 6B. This is crazy. So much speculation going into NFL rookies. I get it, but he's part of the 49ers, and 49ers usually know what they're doing. All right, next up, top 5. No surprises here. Kobe Bryant, $3.97 million. Some of the big cards here. EX Essential Credentials Future. Love this set. Historic, iconic. If you get the now version is numbered less than this. So these had just weird serial number patterns. It was like reverse. Hard to explain. I'm not going to go into it, but this is one of the most iconic Kobe inserts out there. 52,000. Not surprised at all. Impeccable autograph on card. Beckett 9.5, 28,000. Wow, exquisite. First year exquisite patch. Autograph came back in 8. It's 27,000. Then a PSA 9 refractor. Woo! Look at that centering right there. It's PSA 8 today, baby. 26,000. So, yep. No surprise with Kobe. He's going to continue to dominate this. We've got 32,000 items sold, $122 per. So lots of high-end stuff, but again, lots of collectors out there. Next up, I'm curious to see the volume on this one. Tom Brady, that's right, 47,000, very, very high, 4.184 million. Kind of all over the place here, but let's see what some of the big ones were. Big ones are this gold X-Fractor. Number PSA 9, number 10, $40,000. What a sale. Also have an Upper Deck Ultimate Collection patch PSA 9, $32,000. Whoa! Smoking. Man, that's just crazy. I know those are game use patches. Also have a lot here. Had an SP Authentic. Tom Brady, SPX PSA 10s going 29,000. Lots of cool stuff. Mainly going to be rookies. PSA 10 Bowman Chromes, 13,000. Man, those cards used to be 25, 30,000 last summer. Just the market is a little bit different than what it used to be. But again, he is in the top 4. Next up, guys, coming in is LeKang James. LeKang. Not really a fan. 4.263 million. Surprised that people were actually still paying this for LeBron James. Again, not a fan. Not going to go into it, but we got Black Refractor PSA 9, 36,000. Finite Autograph 1010. We've got 21,000 on that. MJ autograph with him. Of course, MJ is going to carry. A Kaboom, first year Kaboom, 2013 PSA 10, 15,000. Beckett 9.5, second year Topps Chrome Gold Refractor. That is 15,000. That's a little bit. All these look low compared to what they had been. Pristine LeBron James Topps Chrome. Man, talking about crash back to earth. 14,000 and still going down. So yeah, autograph. This is his very first autograph card. This is Upper Deck Top Prospects. You can see the autograph here. He doesn't sign any other card like that, but this is the very first card that Upper Deck released. It was in their college set, basically. The Top Prospects had LeBron James autograph, $12,000. So lots of cool stuff on here. Also have some exquisite third year exquisite autograph patch. This is authentic. Somebody apparently didn't want to get it graded. Looks fine to me. Probably would have been a PSA 7, PSA 8. So yeah, LeKang is what it is. He's number 3. Next up, we are coming down to the wire, guys. I know we're coming up on an hour here on this video. Charizard, yes, I don't get it. Someone please comment and explain to me. There's 85,000 sales of Charizard. Why is he more than LeBron, Tom, Kobe, Trevor, Justin, Joe, Mac, Mickey Mantle? This is crazy, guys. It's a freaking cartoon character. 85,000 total sales, $5.58 million. Million. I said million. Crazy. What's the big Pikachu? It's going to be the Holo First Edition, the one that people were pumping. Yada yada yada. Greatest Pokemon card of all time. PSA 10's a big deal. I don't get it. I really don't get it. I wish somebody would explain it to me. Of course, that reserves the number 1 spot. This has been the number 1 spot basically in the sports card hobby probably since the mid-'80s. Don't see that changing anytime soon. 80,000 sales, average price $114. It's kind of like me just doing the intros for the Bulls. It's like 6'6" from North Carolina, Michael Jordan. I mean, I could just read off all the stats. 80,000 sold, $114 average price, $9.198 million in the past month. There's clearly demand for this guy named Michael Jordan. You may have heard of him. Some of the big things that have sold: Beckett 9.5, rookie from Fleer, 35,000. There's going to be some wax in here that people have ID'd wrong. The Star Beckett 8, these are now being graded by PSA, so expect a pump. That's $25,000 sale. Huge sale because you cross that over to PSA and you get some money. PSA 9 Fleer rookie is at $25,000. That's crazy. PSA 9 is $25,000. Beckett 9.5 is $35,000. There should just be a bigger separation, in my opinion. So lots of stars have hit the market to try and capitalize on PSA now grading. Again, a lot of the big stuff from MJ, just like some of the other guys, it goes over to, what is this, a magazine? I'm sure that didn't sell for $20,000. There's no way. Lots of Fleer stuff on here. This is a great set here. Upper Deck MJ Master Collection. They had a ton of autographs. This is a Beckett 9.5. Anytime you get a 90s MJ autograph, Beckett 9.5 or PSA 10 with a 10 autograph, goodness, sky's the limit. That's a great price on that. Yeah, there's a bunch of them. They all look alike, but still. You don't really see a lot of 90s MJs for sale anymore, whether it be the parallels or the autographs, because a lot of that stuff, I mean, linchpins is one that'll pop up, or cards like that occasionally, but I'm talking about the rare parallels, the Star Rubies, the Precious Metal Gems, the SPX Finites, the Flair Legacy collections, the Platinum Medallion from Ultra. All those don't pop up anymore. Those go to consigners. They're buried away in collections. Rightfully so. Those are art pieces for the hobby. Those are things I looked up to and I always wanted that I'll never be able to get now because, yeah, the market's just crazy, crazy hot. Just shy of $10 million, guys. Thank you all for watching. We went through 50 players in an hour. Let me know what you all think. If you stayed till the end, I greatly appreciate it. That really, really does help me out. And if you like this content, as again, like, subscribe. Let me know what you think down below. Did I miss somebody like a Trey Lance that I just overlooked because I just had a brain fart? Let me know in the comments if I missed something. But we will see you guys next time.